Day is Mother's Day, and I am so excited about all that we're going to get to do this Sunday. In fact, we've titled Mother's Day Strong as a Mother, and I love that because we've got some really strong mamas out there. So thank you. And that makes me smile to think about all the things that we're going to get to do this weekend. And so I'm very excited about that. So we've got some special things for you and some things for you to be able to have, and we want to invite you to our Leander campus this Sunday to pick up a few things. We have a gift box for you with some great things in it that we want you to have. We've got some photo ops for you out on our patio that we want you to be able to access. And then we've got an opportunity for you to do a pre-order of some food from Mandola's Italian Kitchen, one of my favorite Italians, by the way. And I want you to enjoy that. And so be watching our social media and our email in the next day or so about making your phone call to Mandola's and pre-ordering that food so it'll be here for you ready to go on Mother's Day. We want this to be a one-stop place for you on Mother's Day to come and receive a gift, take a picture with your family, pick up some food, and head back to wherever you're going to enjoy the rest of the day. That will be from 12 to 2 at our Leander campus this coming Sunday. So really excited about that. Moms, happy Mother's Day. Well, let me talk to you about our strategic plan. And I want to talk to you about our plan, but before I tell you what the plan is, I want to tell you what we're basing the plan on. One is we're basing this on 4 different things. And the first one is this. We've been talking to the doctors and nurses in our church. We've been talking to our first responders. And very specifically, one doctor that is working with COVID patients day in and day out and works for Seton and is giving us medical updates about when it would be appropriate for us to do what we're doing. That's an important thing for us to make sure that we're looking medically at what this is, and we're fortunate enough to have some of that right here in our church to lean on. The second thing we're looking at is that we are listening to our governing officials and we're listening to their directions for our society and for our cities. And then third, we're focusing on distancing principles that all of us have been doing for weeks now, and we're watching those and implementing those as well. And then the fourth thing we're basing our plan on is you. And we've been talking to you. And so for all of you who we've had communication with, thank you for your input. Thank you for what you've shared with us. It's really been helpful. And we want you to know we're listening. And it's important because this is not my church. This is not your church. This is our church. And together we are the church. And so we want you to know we're listening to what you've been telling us. So thank you for that. So that's what we've been basing our plan on. Now, let me tell you this. No one has ever done this before. This is uncharted territory. When I became a pastor, I never thought this is what I'd be doing, but here I am. When you became a part of a church, you probably never thought we'd be doing this as a church, and yet here we are. But let me tell you this, we want to get it right. But the target in this is often a moving target. So we appreciate your patience in that, and we're attempting to do it right. We're trying to do what is healthy, and we're trying to do what is in the best interest of all of us involved. And because of that, we want you to know that today there are some next steps. And I want to line out those next steps, but I want you to know that and understand that these things can change. And if things in our society change, then our plan will also change as well. Now, as always, we respect someone's right to come to church or to come to an event or not to come. That's nothing new to us. We've always felt that way. In fact, when people have come to church, we've loved them and respected them. And when people haven't come to church, we've loved them and respected them. And we have no intention of that changing now. That's who we are. And so we're just expecting that that's how all of us will treat each other based off what decisions we make for our families. And so let me tell you our strategic plan as it relates to the month of May. Our strategic plan starts like this, with smaller gatherings. The first one is for our kids. In fact, this Wednesday at our Leander campus from 11 to 2, we'll have Kona Ice here, and we want you to just come by and say hi and say hello. Bring your kids, get a snow cone, swing by for as long as you're comfortable, And they'll be here for an hour, and you can come by and just enjoy a few minutes, say hello, and we'll keep our distance and we'll work this out, but it's a way for you to kind of come and say hi with your kids. And then next Thursday, we'll be doing the exact same thing with Kona Ice at our Liberty Hill campus. And so we want you to know that that's our first step in the month of May. The second is Mother's Day that I just finished talking to you about. We're very excited about that. Although we won't be live in person here in an audience, we will have our online service, which we've got a great Mother's Day service planned for you, and all the things I lined out that we'll be doing for Mother's Day a few moments ago. And then the next thing that's in the month of May for us is Saturday the 16th. We have a very important event that we're calling a drive-up senior night. Now, we've had senior night for a long time. So we're doing this a little different because we want to honor our graduating seniors from our church. And so I want to encourage you to watch and go look on our social media and sponsor a senior. Help them celebrate this. This is a unique time, and we want to do the best we can with this. So Saturday the 16th, I believe that time is 8 p.m. We're doing a drive-up senior night, and we would love for you to come, roll down your windows, enjoy the evening air, and cheer on our seniors on the 16th of May. And then on Sunday, May 24th, that's Memorial Day Sunday, we'll be hosting a distancing tailgate party at each of our campuses. Now look, we've got very large parking lots at both campuses, so we can park away from each other. We can keep some spaces in between each other, and we can separate and still enjoy some time together as a church. And at our individual campuses, be able to see each other and have a time where we gather and enjoy talking with each other and seeing the people we haven't seen for a long time. And that will be on Sunday, May the 24th. And then during the month of May as well, we're going to begin to allow our small groups to meet together. And you can do that in your home if you're comfortable and all of your group is comfortable as well. We would ask that you bring everybody on board to do that. And if you're not ready to do that and somebody in your group is not ready to do that, well, then keep meeting on Zoom. And that's a great way to do it. Many groups have found a lot of success with that, and we've been meeting that way. So if you'd like to continue that way, it's great. If you would like to have a place to come that's central, then we'll be allowing those on our campus with distancing practices, and we'll be doing that through reservation. And group leaders, you'll be hearing more this week from Adina Ramsey, our spiritual formation pastor here. And then the next part in May is our support groups: Remedy, Grief Share, Divorce Care, Financial Peace, all of our support groups. We want these groups to be allowed to start their sessions in our facilities with distancing practices and no childcare. Now, people need support more than ever right now. And so we want to begin to allow these support groups to meet. They're smaller groups, and they will be able to practice distancing and people find the support and to continue on. And then finally, the weekend after Memorial Day, we are planning to open our campuses at a limited capacity. Now, this will be with distancing practices, with cleaning and sanitizing stations in place. We're going to ask you to let us know that you're coming and what service you're coming to and how many people are coming with you. But we want you to know that when you come, if you choose to come, that the experience is going to be a little different than maybe what you've known in the past for a little while. And later this month, we're actually going to share with you a little bit more about that and what you can expect. But we want you to know that the experience is just going to be different. Someone's not going to open the door for you. Although we'll have the doors open, no one's going to shake your hand, and it's not that we don't want to. We would love to shake your hand, maybe even give you a hug. Just know that today's not the day to do that. And we want you to know that the experience is going to be different. But what's not different is me and you. We're us. This is our church. And we can gather together and begin to work our way to reopening our campuses. So for now, the Sunday after Memorial Day will be our official reopening of both of our campuses, with our online experience continuing. In fact, right now behind me, you've been seeing what is our new production studio in our Leander campus that's been put together to continue a great online experience. I mentioned before, as always, we just respect your right to come to church or not. In fact, again, that's not new to us. That's who we've always been. And so Look, your church loves you whether you are online or whether you are live and in person. And we'll continue to love and respect the decision you make for your family, and want you to know that when you decide to come, that we'll be ready for you. If you decide to log on online and stay at your home, we'll be ready for you. And we want you to know that we love you, but we want to get this right. And we want to be together. And we want to continue to help people heal from life's hurts. So while the world has changed, our mission has not. So we are having to go at it a little differently. Well, look, I appreciate you, and I love you, and I miss you. Yesterday, I was in our auditorium while we were live and doing our service, and it ran through my head, I'm ready to have our people back. And so I just want you to know that I miss you, and I can't wait to gather with you at whatever capacity and whatever time. I want you to know that I can't wait to see you. And so I want to ask you to post whatever questions you have. Put those down. We'll get back to those. We'll be on moderating. We're here moderating as we go through this, and we'll be answering whatever questions. If you've got more, please go ahead and post them, and we'll be happy to answer those questions as each of those come along. Well, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the month of May. There's a lot of things going on in the month of May, and we want you to be a part of it. RockPointe Church, I love you, and thank you so much for being a part of this great church.